Salire su uno yacht Invictus significa entrare.
Getting on an Invictus yacht means entering a somewhat special world where style and luxury are perceived more than on other boats in the same category. This is the Invictus TT420.
Questo è Invictus TT420.
There are shipyards that build boats with industrialized processes. Others produce a few examples, but with artisanal care. And on board this model, you can perceive the same perfection that distinguishes the passenger compartment of the most luxurious cars. An Invictus, whatever it is, from the GT280 to the TT460, has an unmistakable profile. With the Invictus brand, designer Christian Grande has given a new and exclusive image to boats from 9 to 14 meters. The TT420 measures 12.3 meters in length and has a beam of 4.15 meters, therefore having a few centimeters more width than some competitors. To have greater comfort without compromising performance, they used a trick. Below the waterline, the hull is slightly narrower. It's not the flagship, but it has the same style and almost the same functionality. The inverted bow is an architectural element common to all Invictus, as is the modelling of the wider sides at mid-height, where there is the strake. Also typical is the long, dark window, behind which portholes and fiberglass structures are hidden. It is a way of conveying sensations of beauty and purity without fragmenting the side with many different elements. The plan view shows us the considerable length of the hardtop, which, with its size and gently rounded shapes, characterises this model and probably makes it the forerunner of a new trend. I would call it an XL, or extra long hardtop. Only the sunbathing areas are exposed, while the helm station, galley area and dining area are shaded. And if you want to repair the entire fore and aft deck, use cloth stretched between the carbon poles and the hardtop. We now know that such a large superstructure affects the dynamics of the boat, but they've built it entirely with carbon fibre infusion, so it's super light.
Quindi è leggerissimo.
With the white hull, it is very elegant, but various carefully chosen chromatic solutions are offered to enhance the beauty of the model. There is also a special, refined white vogue, as defined by the designer. Observe these seats. The design, the shape, the quality and the workmanship. There is nothing better, and the same care can be found everywhere. On the sun pads, on the steering wheel, even on the fenders. Here everything is to be admired. But there is another feature that catches the eye, and it is the total harmony of each deck element. The same design, the same inclinations, the same curvatures. It's a feeling perhaps difficult to convey through video, but intense here on board. The living room for 8 people is very comfortable, with large seats and 2 extendable and height-adjustable tables for lying down in the cool shade granted by the hardtop. This is the area of the boat that you can customize the most. Obviously, in the galley there is the sink, the fridge, the ice maker and the induction hobs. But on this side, you can add whatever you like, such as furniture, containers or even set up life rafts. Here there was space for 4 seats, but they preferred the opulence of 3 large armchairs with sumptuous armrests and all equipped with platforms. The sinuous lines of the hardtop pylon and even more of the details are magnificent. The shield, the false grille, the LED strips. The keel tender is stored in the hangar, a rarity for this size. The bathing platform is not full beam, it stops here, so we have a fixed area that protects it from waves and bumps and allows you to install the cleats in a suitable position. The sun deck extends by folding up the backrests of the sofas, which are independent, so there is greater freedom of action.
Tutte le barche hanno il prendisole a
All
prua.
boats have a bow sun deck, but this one is so comfortable. Below deck, the dinette sofas become 2 berths by simply removing the cushions. And if you want, you can join them in a double bed. Towards the stern is a cabin with 2 single beds and a large bedside table in the middle, while on the side are the storage spaces. Amidships, on one side a piece of furniture equipped in this case with a large refrigerator, and opposite a very high bathroom, at least for this category, 196 centimetres, exactly like the height of the dinette.
Davanti a me un grande cristallo.
In front of me, I have a large glass, a magnificent windshield. The view is perfect. The pillars don't cause any annoyance, but the front bridge, being a clear colour, creates a bit of reflection. Perhaps a darker colour would be more suitable. You don't see the windshield wipers, just like on high-end cars, but they are there.
Come sulle auto di alta gamma, ma ci sono.
The windshield integrated into the hardtop offers us optimal protection. In fact, we must imagine navigating not only in broad daylight, but perhaps also in the evening, when it's cool or in weather conditions that are different from the current ones. And having complete shelter allows us to continue navigating for longer and always in maximum comfort.
E sempre nel massimo comfort. Già, ma dove possiamo andare con una barca?
But where can we go with a boat like this? Well, we can get the answer thanks to Volvo Penta propulsion systems with DPI stern drives and D4 or D6 engines, respectively, with 320 or a maximum of 440 horsepower.
O al massimo 440 cavalli. Insomma, con una simile motorizzazione, con uno
Basically, with such an engine and a hull like this, there are no limits, so take time to navigate.
E andate a navigare. In effetti un altro limite ci sarebbe.
Actually, another limit would be the state of the sea. Yes, but this applies to any navigation and to any boat.
Ho inserito l'autotrim. Entro in planata.
I engaged the auto trim and planed at a speed of just 10 knots with the engines under 2000 RPM.
Il Golfo del Tigullio oggi è meraviglioso.
Today, the Gulf of Tigullio is wonderful in this sunlight. However, there is a bit of a swell, a bit of the long wave from the sea of the past few days, and a bit of a short wave raised just by the wind.
20 nodi di velocità, I motori a
20 knots of speed, the engine runs at 2,600 RPM. Consumption is around 4 litres per mile. This means that we could travel more than 300 miles on a full tank of fuel.
Con il pieno di carburante. Ora, quante ore
How many hours do you want to navigate? 4 hours a day? 2 in the morning? 2 in the afternoon? Well, at 20 knots, that becomes 80 miles.
Diventano 80 miglia. Immaginate quanta costa potrete vedere.
Imagine how much coastline you can see and how far you can travel with this INVICTUS TT420.
Proviamo ad aumentare il numero di giri motore.
Let's try to increase the engine RPM and see how the sailing conditions change.
Velocità 25 nodi, motori 3000.
Speed 25 knots, engines 3000 RPM. We have the boat set up in the most complete way. Just think, we have the submersible swimming platform, the gyroscopic stabilizer, and 3/4 of the fuel, so the boat is really heavy right now. yet consumption is 4.3 litres per mile. So if we could use the full capacity of the tanks, our range would be 280 miles. Maybe something more, but let's keep some fuel reserves aside. I would say that, in any case, it is sufficient autonomy to navigate a lot.
Beh, direi che comunque è un'autonomia sufficiente per navigare tanto. Su questa unità abbiamo i
On this
motori
unit, we have the most powerful D6 engines, 6 cylinders with 440 horsepower. What speed does it reach?
Giù la manetta.
Full throttle, and please allow me to get rid of the auto trip.
Esce dall'acqua bene.
She comes out of the water well, raises the bow, we're at 36 knots.
Tocchiamo i 36 nodi. E quando arrivati a destinazione,
When you arrive at your destination, when you enter the port, well, make sure you look good, because with this yacht, all eyes will be on you.
avrete addosso gli occhi di tutti.